Hey everybody, Art Hoppy here with the Art of Real Estate team and Samson Properties, bringing you local information, insights, trends, updates, everything having to do with buying or selling a home in our local marketplace. This is the Northern Virginia Real Estate Market Pulse. So, the Virginia Resale Disclosure Act, which is the statute and the guidelines that have to do with when you are buying into what are known as a common interest community. So, think homeowner association or a condominium or even a co-op, which we do have some, not many here in throughout our marketplace. But again, these are the rules that you would need to live by and agree to live by if you own a home in one of those types of communities. So, the law allows for a certain level of information, which has now been standardized across all of these common interest communities, um, as far as what constitutes a complete packet. So you have the information at hand, so you can decide whether or not you want to live in that community. And you are given legally a default of 3 days from receiving the information that you could void that agreement without penalty. And again, this is law, so you can't write this out of a real estate contract. However, effective July the 1st, they have made some changes to the law, which are now reflected in our sales contract. And really, two significant things. The first is it still is a 3-day default. So if in filling out the sales contract, and there is a homeowner association or a condo, again, that's part of that, you'll have a 3-day period of time from receiving the documents. So the clock doesn't start ticking until you've actually gotten that packet. The packet, however, can be incomplete. It doesn't have to fulfill everything that it should, which is odd, but delivery of an incomplete packet is actually still delivery, and it starts the clock ticking. So, as a buyer, if you get an incomplete packet and you're running out of time, either I guess you accept and hope for the best, or you can void the contract and maybe do so to protect yourself and maybe still be engaged with that seller to say, look, I just need more information before I can make a determination. But that's how the statute is written. Secondly, for the first time, you can now negotiate a period of time that's different than 3 days. So if you wanted it to be 2 days or 1 day or 10 days, if the buyer and seller agree to that in writing, the law now allows for that. But again, the default is 3 days. And then finally, and you got to watch this one a little carefully, in the past, the buyer had some say or maybe even just some influence. They could suggest where they would want that delivery of that information to occur. Could have been their email, it could have been a mailing address. But again, that is not the case now, because if the packet is delivered to the buyer's real estate agent, even if it doesn't go directly to the buyer in that delivery, it counts and it starts the days, however many days, 3 days by default. So your agent had better be watching for that information. If again, you have a buyer's agent that's helping you, that's, you're purchasing in one of these communities, you don't want an agent who's asleep at the wheel where he or she doesn't check their email or again is on looking for this, because once that is delivered to the agent or otherwise, that constitutes a proper delivery. So again, we're living in a little bit of a different world when it comes to this common interest communities and how the disclosures are made and what you got to kind of be careful and watchful of, just so you have the proper understood period of time to review them. If you need to get out, you can get out. And then if not, you're buying a house and you're living by the rules. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions on this or anything else real estate related, we always welcome those calls. We love talking real estate. Let us know how we can be helpful. Thanks for watching.